Hello everyone, Gaara here and welcome to a brand new deck tech video. Today I'll be talking about the priest deck I've been working on, and yeah, the 4th Naxxramas has been released yesterday, and since then constructed has been crazy. Like, you see all sorts of decks, mainly priest because the new priest class card has been released and it's insanely strong, and besides that you will see a lot of a lot of handlock, yeah, priest, and maybe some hunters. Um, it's a crazy meta game. It's very difficult right now to show you some nice games on that because there will mainly be priest mirror matches and handlocks. And yeah, the reason why people play handlock is because handlock is a really nice counter to priest, because now you build priest much more early game oriented because the zombie chow has been released, and handlock is a really nice counter to that. And yeah, so I'm going to show you my deck list. I play double circle of healing because very standard, it's very strong. As I mentioned in my previous deck takes, it's with the Auchenai Soul Priest. It's a board clear which is very fast, very efficient, and most of the time I mulligan for those two cards, Auchenai Soul Priest and Circle of Healing. Against a druid, for example, if they have the innovate something, like innovate deity, innovate violet teacher, it's so rare that you can actually deal with the boards if they have like harvest golems and stuff like that. So most of the time you will be so far behind in life that you need the circle combo to come back into the game. I play one smite. A lot of people like us play two smites. It's very nice. I like to have the mix of one pain and one smite because pain kills cards like Senjins, Violet Teachers, Kodos. It's when you have like even Sludge Belcher, which is a really popular card. So I like to play this card, and sometimes smite is better because you can combo it with the Pyromancer to kill bigger stuff. Because it doesn't have a requirement like the pain, and it's cheaper. And it kills like a knife juggler as well, like for 1 mana, or a flame imp. Double powered shield, just very important, very standard. A card draw, basically for 2 health on a minion, which is just insanely strong value wise. The cleric, it's like the only card draw card I have in this deck. It's very important to play this card. A lot of times you can combo it with the Pyromancer, with a smite and Circle of Healing, and just refill your hand. Zombie Chow, like the more I play with this card, the more I love it. First I was very skeptical, not gonna lie, like 5 health to my opponent. Just when I think about the situation, my opponent has 2 Zombie Chows and I clear them and I get 10 health back. It's just an insane amount. But the reason why Zombie Chow is so strong is you don't really care about the health early game, especially as a priest. Like you will not do any direct damage in the first, sometimes even 7 turns, so the 5 health gain is really completely irrelevant. You want something on the board to deal with the opponent's board, and Zombie Choice is insanely fast. It's a 1-drop with 2 free stats. It can be buffed with the powered shield, and then you can start healing it till you get to the later stages of the game where Priest really shines. Yeah, this card is very strong. The more I play with it, the more I love it. I think this card will become a very core card in priest decks. Yeah, Amas is also playing this card. If you're watching his stream, it's a very strong priest card, and you will see this card being played a lot in zombie in zombie decks. I mean priest decks. One pain, as mentioned earlier. Oh, I wish I would play 2 pains because there's just so many minions that you can kill right now with the Shadowed Pain. But yeah, you have the Cabals. The reason why you don't play too many is because you have so much early game presence yourself now with the Zombie Chows and the Clerics, the Pyromancers, the Dark Cultists, and Injured Blade Masters, and so on. 2 deaths. I always try to cut 1 death. Yeah, first the Pyromancers. I mean, Pyromancers absolute core. I can't imagine a priest deck without Pyromancers. It has too much synergy with every single card, basically. It's so important for the bot clear, for card draw, for everything. Like 2 Pyromancers is absolutely core in priest, in my opinion. 2 deaths, it's also core. Like in the past, you used to see 1 death, but there's still so many handlocks. So many people play the Void Terror Zoo deck to buff out a really big void terror. Against druids as well, you kill lores, you can kill your own Sylvanas with the death to steal a big minion. Against the Paladin, the Tyrion, there's just so many targets. If you play against Ramp, you can kill an Ancient of War, because I don't play Black Knight in this deck. It's like 2 deaths. Even sometimes you lose against the Zoo deck just because you have your 2 deaths in your hand, and it's completely useless. It's like only a Doomguard that you can kill with it. So yeah, you will be frustrated in those games, but besides that, I think 2 deaths is way too important to not being played. 1 Fort Steal, like a lot of people play 2 Fort Steals because it's very nice in control matchups. I like to play only 1, because most of the time I will not play this card in turn 3. So I think Fort Steal is very slow. Like now you have a really nice curve as Priest as well. It's not like you have nothing to do in turn 3. You have your Dark Cultists, you have your Injured Blade Masters, you have your Zombie Charles, Pyromancers, you wanna heal. And this card, I play this card like very late in the game, so I don't want to have this card in my hand. But against control matchups, it's really strong, obviously. So 1 is enough, I think, in my opinion, to win control decks when you play the mind control. So I play only 1 copy of this card. Dark Cultist, very strong new card. It's like ridiculously strong, probably the strongest 3-drop in the game right now with the Death Rattle. It's a 3/4, stays on the board very often, and people will try everything to kill this card. It's unbelievable. You will see in the games. They will silence it, they will soulfire it, they will do everything to kill this card before you get the Death Rattle. And yeah, this is crazy strong. You will see this card being played in every single Priest deck. And yeah, you will love this card, especially with the Zombie Chows. It has so much synergy. Also like hidden synergy. If this card survives, and you can play like a Pyromancer with a Pain or something in turn 4, and you can sacrifice your Dark Cultist, you will get the health back on your Pyromancer. You will see this. When you play this card, like on paper it looks ridiculously strong, but when you actually play this card, you will see how strong it actually is in the synergy, with the synergy in the Priest deck. Injured Blade Master, I used to play only 1, but since I play 2 Holy Novas, there's just too many small minions now, with the Undertaker being released, the Zombie Chow, and the Axe, and the nature of so many Zoo decks all the time. It's just way too important. Also the heal is very important, and you have the synergy now with the small minions. So whenever I play 2 Injured Blade Master, I play 2 Holy Novas. I used to play only 1 Holy Nova, and yeah, it's just important. It has the synergy of the Sick of Healing. Now you play more for board control with early game minions as a Priest, and Injured Blade Master Sick of Healing becomes way more important than it was before. Before it was more important to save it for the Auchenai Soul Priest. Now it's fine to heal the Injured Blade Master because you have the other early game minions. Auchenai Soul Priest just core in a Priest deck. I play 1 Argus. I like to play 1 or 2 taunts. I'm a little bit sad that I only play 1 taunt in this deck. I tested like different taunts. Like I like Sludge Belcher a lot, but Argus is sometimes you steal, for example, an egg, and you have no activator. So in those situations, Argus is really nice. You have the synergy with the Zombie Chows and Injured Blade Master. There's a lot of 5 toughness minions, and you just want to buff up your stuff. And sometimes you come into the situations, you play against a druid, you have a full board, and you have elf 11 life. And he can still combo you down, so you really need a taunt. It's very important to have at least 1 or 2 taunts. 2 taunts is the much safer route, but right now I play only 1. And yeah, sometimes you have no board, and then you draw the Argus as a turn 4 play, then you're sad because you would much rather have a Senjin in these situations. But overall, I think Argus is a better card. 2 Holy Novas, as mentioned, nothing to explain. They're Lord Tap. From all 5 drops, I think Lord Tap is by far the best minion. I'm always very happy when I play this card. Sometimes you have the board, something on the board. Let's say you have a Sylvanas on the board. The strongest follow-up play, in my opinion, is Lower Tap. It just protects you. Even a Priest, if you have a board, can set up lethal in 2 turns with the Lower Tap. It's just really strong. I think it's the strongest 5-drop right now, and yeah, so I use this card to play as a 5-drop. Still very strong against Druid and Miracle Rock especially. 2 Holy Fires as a removal card, very nice. The heal is very important, that's why I have to play 2. I play only one Cabal Shadow Priest. The reason why I used to play two all the time. I just love this card so much. But since you have so much early game now with the Cultist, the Gingerblade Master, Paints and everything, you rarely get value out of the priest, especially in control matchups. You so often I just play this as a 6-drop, and like a Black Knight against the warrior, for example. And yeah, so you don't want to play this as a 6-drop, obviously. With 4/5 stats, you want to steal something with it. So I still play one because if you steal a Harvest Golem, for example, it's like a hidden win condition card. It's extremely strong. But yeah, you have those games where you just play it as a 6-drop. It's not that good, so I play only one for now. It depends how the meta shifts. If people play just crazy many small minions and nothing else, then I might go back to 2 Cabals. Once Sylvanas, after the change, now that Sylvanas Death Rattle is always the last Death Rattle to take in effect, it is probably the best card in the game. It's like it counters everything. You just play on a Sylvanas, you have to silence it. That's the only weakness this card has. If it gets silenced, it's just a normal minion. Like when you really hope to steal something, he plays a giant to play Sylvanas, and you're like, haha. And he silences it, then you're very sad. But besides that, you can combo it with the Shadow of Death to steal something big. Those two cards are my win conditions against control decks because I have a way earlier curve now. I used to play a lot of 5-drops and 6-drops, and I played ladder, but it's too slow. The greedier your deck is, the stronger you are against control matchups. But the current metagame is like very fast paced. So yeah, you want to have an earlier curve. Yeah, I play the Sylvanas and the Mind Control. I think Mind Control is the best win condition you could have. It's the slowest card in the game, obviously with 10 mana costs. But once you steal something big, it's not just to deal with a big minion like a Tyrion, for example. The opponent has to deal with his own Tyrion. So it's like multiple win conditions in one card. Like you play a Ysera, I steal your Ysera, you still have to kill that Ysera, and then you need to play some really big card to deal with the Ysera. So I think Mind Control is better than Ragnar's because I don't really have much late game. As you can see, I don't have many 5-drops or 6-drops. So I need a really, really strong win condition card against control decks. Once you play Mind Control with high value, you will most of the time win the game. So yeah, this is my priest deck. It's not perfect, just I'm testing around a lot, I'm changing many cards. This is the deck I'm playing right now. I hope you like it. You can give me some feedback. I always like to listen to feedback and see what people come up with. Yeah, this is the deck I'm playing right now, and let's show you some games.